Hi everybody, I'm going to show you how to make a rack focus effect. It's the effect where the foreground is in focus and then the camera shifts to the background and vice versa. And you see this in film and television all the time. Today I'm going to be using three different assets from either Runway, Pika, or just static images. So let me show you an example of that. Here's the first example using static images. You can see it focuses between the foreground and background. That's the static version. Here's the version made with videos from Pika. You can see she's moving. And then it focuses on the background, blurs her out, and then vice versa. Alright, and then here's the third example. This one's made with Runway assets, and these videos were not that animated, so it's close to the static version. I couldn't get a good version where the people are moving. The foreground's blurry, but background's blurry. Foreground's blurry, etc. Alright, let's get into it. Alright, first step, we are going to take this image and create layers out of it. So luckily selection tools and layering tools are so much easier these days using these smart ones over here. So let's go ahead and select our person. Here we go. And add on that part. And select a little bit more. Let's just manually do it. Alright, that's probably good enough. This doesn't have to be perfect for this effect. Command J takes our current selection and adds it to a new layer. So let's show you that. Yep, there we go. So we have our person, the hiker on the top layer, and the Holstein on the back layer. Alright, so we're going to save out two images. One with the foreground blurred and one with the background blurred. Let's go ahead and blur the background first. I'm gonna select all, filter, blur. I'm gonna use Gaussian blur. Okay, looks good. So let's just go ahead and save out a PNG of that. Background, blurred. Alright, so go ahead and undo that. Could have duplicated these, but this is just a quick demo. Alright, so let's blur the front now. Same thing, Gaussian blur. Alright, save out that. Foreground blurred. Alright, so that's it for those. Now let's go animate these with either a Pika or a Runway. Alright, here we have Pika over in Discord. I already uploaded the images and tested them out. I have two versions of each. Here's the one with the blurry foreground and clear background. And I first used just the /animate command, and then I did a remix of those where I typed in women taking selfie, hikers in background with a motion of 1. I'm going to try out both of them, and you kind of, it's going to be weird if there's a lot of movement, I think. We'll find out. So that's the Pika ones. Let's get a quick preview of these. This is a blurry foreground. She's pretty much standing still with a little bit of movement. That might actually work out good. This one had very similar. Now this one with the blurry background, she's walking a lot, which might make sense too. Not sure. We'll find out shortly. Alright, here we are in CapCut. I'm going to go ahead and import my videos. First we'll do the Pika ones. Here they are, the blurry foreground and blurry background images. Just take a quick look. That's blurry background. That's blurry foreground. So we'll add them both to our timeline. 3 seconds long. We're going to overlap them. But let's make the effect work. Alright, so we're going to go to animation, out, fade out. And that defaults to half a second. I'm going to make it a little longer here. Let's see how that looks now. With a little bit of movement, messed with the effect. So too much movement and it's not going to work too well. good enough for the demo. I'm gonna go ahead and make this a loopable video. Same thing, I'm gonna take the animation off there, but fade it in. Whoop. There we go. Now let's watch. And I'm going to reverse this video. Let me take off the effect. Add it back on, fade in. Make this a little shorter. Actually, let's do it in the speed. Make it 2 seconds. 2 seconds. All right, so when that loops, it'll be pretty seamless. All right, let's export it and watch. Alright, that jumping is just okay. Let's try the Runway version next. Alright, here we are over in Runway, and I already uploaded and tried to animate these images. This first one you'll see is the blurry background, and not much movement, which is what you want, but I wanted a little bit more movement in her. So I tried a few iterations, and this one had a little too much movement, so I'm not sure about for this demo's take how well this one will turn out, because yeah, again, I just couldn't get the movement I wanted. I really wanted the background hikers to move in this one, and they're not. So we'll go ahead and download these and give it a shot too. Okay, here I am back in CapCut, and I already loaded my assets from Runway. And remember, these Runway videos didn't have much movement at all. So you can see here as I hit play, I can fade between the two. The fade looks great, but there's no movement of the characters at all. So this one actually, you know, the fading between the two focusing does look actually a little better than the the Pika one, because there's not movement. So a happy medium between the two is really what I think works best. That's what I use in my T2 video. And so anyway, that's the basics behind it, about how to do a rack focus. All right, here we have one last example. This is just using those static images, the blurred foreground and the blurred background images. I've already placed them into my timeline. And again, these are just the images, not moving video. So here we go. Looks pretty good.